This is Roy, and this is my final AHHA number 7 for the MLA class, Ethics and Technology. So basically this is my last AHHA in this journey, and throughout this class I've posted 7 different reflections, AHHA sessions, of which I've talked about technology and ethics. And so to wrap it all up, I believe the one book we read, and this was Internet for Computers, Ethics for Kids, that there are 3 chapters that need to be written in this book because it leaves out 3 very important things. First is cyberbullying, and usually that goes hand in hand with cyber stalking. I've had cyberbullying before, even as an adult. In some of the chat sites that I've been on, there was one individual that stalked this one lady and then began to cyberbully her that he would get rid of her friends one by one, and then began to stalk the friends. So there should be a chapter in here about cyberbullying. Also, it's quite in the news recently with the one lady who cyberbullied this one teenager into committing suicide. So cyberbullying is quite an important issue on the web. The second one that I would have is called blue bombing. Blue bombing is when you send a file that is so incredibly large that it causes the computer accepting the file to shut down, usually quite dramatically, and you get the, well, at least in the Windows environment, the blue screen of death. There are several techniques of which you can use to create huge files that will stop any computer dead in its tracks. And a lot of them, some of the applications that you use for emulating computers, meaning that you can have a computer that will emulate an older computer. It's software, I should say technology, called Mac on a Stick. If you check it out, you'll find out that there is a way in which you make virtual hard drives, meaning huge files, and that is just perfectly can be perfectly used to blue bomb other machines. And there probably should be a chapter in the book about that as well. And then the final thing that's not in the book, which I thought was interesting, is what is called soundboarding. Soundboarding usually uses the Flash application to select a library of parts of words and speeches by usually famous stars or people in the news, and then you crank call somebody, usually through Skype, and play back the snippets as if you were a real human being. And there are quite a few sites I've noticed now on the web where they have more or less this phone pranking. And phone pranking goes back to originally to the early days of the telephone company itself. Back in the early 1900s, they had some problems with teenagers pranking. So, but in this case, you'll use Flash, and you can build your own library of sounds. In fact, using Audacity, you could sample anybody's audio output from any of their files and probably come up with quite an convincing, I would say, ventriloquism, but it's not really ventriloquism. And that is called soundboarding, and that should be added in there because it looks like it's fast becoming a technique that the younger generation is using. In an earlier AHHA, I talked about how alternative communities influence the hacker community, and one's exactly 2 other social groups. One is called the one of them is called the is called the hip hop, and the other is known as the DJ scene, in which you use cut ups, mashups of music, and that's vastly influencing web design and also the soundboarding movement. So once again, alternative social groups out there have sort of been a large influence on the hacker community. So with this all in mind, I'm signing off, and I'm just saying to all the people that have watched my videos, see through the hype, and I'll see you later, my hacker friends. Goodbye.
Shiver me timbers. Make 'em reboot.